Hello, I'm Joel Blackford with Beth Hesed Sabbath Fellowship. Thank you for joining us. We are based out of St. Paul, Minnesota. We're virtual only. We closed up the building years ago. The phone number works if you'd like to contact us. We do the thought behind the thought, the philosophy of eschatology, what you need to know, your reality, our existence, as we go deeper into Revelation every year. I'm arguing that this video is about Revelation 17 and 18 plus Jeremiah 50 and 51 because we're going to be talking and solving Revelation on who will confirm the covenant based on commerce. That seems to be where things are going. Trump's trip that he just took solidifies him as the president of the world, the king of the world, and the dealmeister of the world, and that is Revelation 17 and 18. So when my request of you is to read Revelation 18 and look for terms that relate to commerce in 18 and judgment based on commerce. Well, President's trip in the last week was all based on commerce, and it's setting up for 1 Thessalonians 5:1-3. So, the Atlantic, I run the country and the world as of April 28th, 2025. The first time I had two things to do: run the country and survive. I had all these crooked guys, he said. And the second time, I run the country and the world. Trump gives interview to the Atlantic. Now, the Atlantic hates his guts, but it is intriguing. The Hill might have been involved in this too. The main thing is he does run the country and the world. And so we're doing the thought behind the thought. Yes, he is the king of the world. There is a meaning to all of this. We'll show you the Bible verses, we'll show you the prophecy and the fake news, but you have to read Revelation 17 and 18 on your own and count the amount of times that commerce is mentioned. I came up with 53 times. Prove me wrong. So he's a strategist, yes. Is he a sucker? Well, he's setting up to lose eventually. The gold-plated peacenik in the White House. Israelis are wondering whether they've escaped one nightmare to find themselves in another. The other opportunity is that Trump will build things up so we'll fall harder. But this is part of prophecy, people. So this is May 16th from Arutz Sheva, Israel 7 News. And but you have no need to have anything written to you, brothers. This is from Paul in 1 Thessalonians about the times and dates and when this will happen, because you yourselves well know that the day of the Lord, that's the end of the world, the end of this age, will come like a thief in the night. When people are saying everything, I'm adding there, you can see it in brackets, commerce. Everything of commerce is so peaceful and secure, then destruction will suddenly come upon them the way labor pains come upon a pregnant woman, and there's no way they will escape. Okay, fine. So tell us the truth there. Yes, it's coming. We're going to push commerce, 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 just like you'll read in Revelation 17 and 18. And I won't read it to you tonight. Yes, he's on the peace train. It's the commerce train. He first went to Saudi Arabia. Everybody get on board because Trump is leading the train, you know? And so what Trump just did. Now, this is a highly partisan source, but I want you to just kind of read it through me real quick with me here and just get an idea of the flow of what's going on. What did Trump just do in the last week? The left obsessed over all the headlines and all the other things. And in the last 7 days, he just was doing things like saving lives, reasserting America's power, and getting results. He probably stopped nuclear war between India and Pakistan. Okay, Kashmir was hot, really hot, and he settled them down. I don't know how he gets it done, but he does. Nukes were on the table. Okay, Trump stepped in quietly, firmly, and brought both sides back to the edge. He did, and there's no doubt about that. Pakistan thanked him publicly. India pretended they did not. They did it alone, but insiders know who made the calls that saved the world. That's not diplomacy. That's deterrence with teeth. He's bringing Putin to the negotiating table. Not yet, but we have problems with Putin winning the war so badly now that there's no need for him to go to the table, but it will occur. And Ukraine needs to lose fast because there's nothing left to fight for. Okay, just give up a little bit of land and get some form of peace. There's a peace summit being arranged in Turkey. Well, it didn't happen. Ukraine's kind of in. He showed up. Russia sent delegates, but Trump says he would go himself, but he didn't go. Just his presence is enough to move the needle. Putin, for the first time, isn't slamming the door shut. Putin gets along with Trump. Biden couldn't even get a voicemail returned. Trump is reshaping the battlefield by showing up. I'm arguing through all of these slides, every single slide that you're going to see moving forward. The Trump doctrine equals commerce. And it's Revelation 17 and 18. He hammered on China. He got them to blink. They came to the table. He forced China to the table, 90-day pause on the tariff war, immediate cuts to key tariffs, crackdown on fentanyl exports, and from Canada too. Let's be clear, Trump's the first American president to actually get China to move on fentanyl. Not talk, not task forces action. Now, this is partisan, but it's fairly true. $600 billion Saudi investment secured. In Riyadh, Trump locked it down. That was his first part of the trip, $142 billion arms deal. That's a good boost to U.S. manufacturing. $600 billion in new investments to American infrastructure, energy, and tech. It's a triple win. Jobs, energy independence. They have the money. Why not invest in the United States? A $200 billion Boeing deal from Qatar. Trump doctrine equals commerce. That's what I'll keep on saying. And of course, ideals, but if you cover up the I, it's just deals. Yes, but that's Revelation 18 specifically, but 17 too. Trump helped land a mega contract between Qatar, and Qatar is a bad player, okay, and Boeing for 210 jets, worth over $200 billion. That revives Boeing, and Boeing was in big trouble with DEI, puts Americans back to work, strengthens our aerospace edge over China. And this wouldn't have happened under DEI-obsessed, apology-driven administration of the Bidens, okay? He lifted the sanctions on Syria. They're a bad player. They're a horrible player. But that was a hidden blow to Iran. Trump lifted U.S. sanctions on Syria, but only after securing conditions to expel Iranian-backed militias from Syria, rebuild with Gulf money, not Russian or Iranian influence. It's a strategic strike against Iran's grip on the region, and Iran wants their caliphate. Turkey does too. There are many bad players, but Trump, for now, is beating them with commerce, with deals, okay? He got the last American hostage home from Gaza, while Biden took a back seat. Biden did nothing, okay? Trump made direct diplomatic push through Egypt to Qatar to get the final American hostage. This nice guy, 26-year-old, he succeeded. He got it done with deals, okay? Deals with other countries and not deals with the terrorists. Gas, groceries, eggs, all cheaper this week. Trump doctrine equals commerce. That's Revelation 18. Thanks to Trump's trade wins and Middle East diplomacy, national gas price dropped by 3.13. Okay, grocery prices fell below 1%, but about 0.5%. Okay, good drop though. Egg prices crashed 12.7%. That was nice. I bought eggs this week. This isn't stimulus checks. This is real policies and cutting costs. CPI is holding steady at 2.3%. S&P just passed 5,900, fully rebounding. Investor confidence is roaring back. People are finally catching their breath again. He's beating up Big Pharma. I love to see that. Ties the drug prices to what other countries like Canada and Germany pay. Forces direct to consumer pricing. Cuts middlemen out of the equation. It equals commerce. This is Revelation 18. We will fall eventually, but in the meantime, it'll be deals. It'll be Trump's deals. Continuing on, drug prices may drop from 30 to 80% for once. The courts can't block it. Double down on school choice. He wants charter schools to be pushed. He wants choice for kids, 150 executive orders and counting in just a little over 100 days. Dismantled Biden's DEI infrastructure, streamlined bloated federal agencies, relaunched energy independence. I hope he can get rid of the deep state, cut off foreign influence in domestic policy. This is what rebuilding America looks like, brick by brick. Okay, this is partisan. I admit it. It's totally partisan. But Trump doctrine equals commerce. It's deals. His ideals are deals, no doubt about it. Okay, and then they ended up, ideals are deals, yes. Averted a nuclear war, brought Putin to the table, shut down China's fentanyl pipeline again, crushed grocery and gas prices, landed $800 billion in foreign investments, actually more than that, I believe. Reassured, it was trillions. Reassured U.S. dominance in aerospace, cut Iran's influence, freed an American hostage, lowered drug prices, protected our kids' schools, reignited the economy. America first. It's commerce first, but it is going to work temporarily. It will. He's, according to Al Jazeera here, they're saying he's a deal-making king. Trump, live. President says U.S. remove Syria sanctions. Okay, so I argue that he is Cyrus. and he's the wheeler dealer. Cyrus was, quite a warrior, and so I believe God chose him to make peace deals worldwide. And now I have a friend. His first name is John. He's a very good pundit in the end times, and he said Trump has lost his mind. And I said Trump's trolling. Baloney. He's not trolling. He really is clueless. I'm not saying it's not prophetic. I'm just saying he's an idiot. So some of you might know who John, my friend, is, but and I can get away with citing that. That's about it. But many of the pundits, our eschatologists, are really thinking that Trump's a bozo. And I'm saying it's totally prophetic in terms of he's doing what God wants him to do, which is deals, okay? Which will be commerce, which is Revelation 17 and 18. Now, I will say John and many of the other pundits disagree with me. I think it is all about setting up the prophecy of America being Revelation 17 and 18. And for that matter, again, Jeremiah 50:51. And you know what? John's a great guy. He's a brilliant man. I'm going to disagree with him, and with many other guys too. But I tell you, it's laying out that it's all deal making, and that's Revelation 18. To achieve worldwide peace agreements prophesied by Daniel 27 and 1 Thessalonians 5:3, Trump must get buy-ins from the good, the bad, and the ugly. And Trump's just the kind of guy to do that. He wants to do deals. He's done deals with bad people for hundreds of years. I mean, he's not that old, but his family and everything. He's done deals. Okay, God knew, and he gave him favor to accomplish crazy deals. This won't be a permanent peace deal. Don't expect that. Everything is so peaceful and secure with terrorists, then destruction will suddenly come upon them. Okay, so continuing on. And that was Al Jazeera on the last one. This is Zero Hedge. We're going to be fair. Trump will set tariff rates for other nations in weeks. And so this is May 16th, Friday. And so he's going to cut the deals. And so but he doesn't have enough time to set 150 nations. That's what it is right now. 150 nations are coming to him and saying they want to make a deal. Okay, and they'll be paying to do business in the United States. I think we're going to be very fair, whatever that means. And he'll get a haircut eventually, but in the meantime, he's going to get the deals. He didn't specify which countries. It's commerce. That is Revelation 17 and 18. It's all about commerce. Okay, so this is the Times of Israel. This is from May 11th, so it's a little bit older. Trump's meeting with Saudi ruler said to include leaders of PA, Lebanon, and Syria. Okay, I saw no PA people, no Lebanon, but Syria was there. And he's dealing with a horrible barbarian from Syria, but there you go. It's the peace train. So MBS from Riyadh and Saudi Arabia wanted these other guys involved. And maybe they are indirectly involved. I don't know. I still think that the MBS's uncle is going to die shortly, okay? And the Abraham Accords will march forward. So we'll turn deal-making into the Abraham Accords because his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is a deal-maker too. So this was Times of Israel again. This is New York Post. Trump calls on Saudi Arabia to join Abraham Accords, recognizing Israel. This is May 13th, so it is old, but it is interesting. Saudi Arabia has not joined yet. So we're not into those final 7 years right now. What you're watching is Trump deal making to get to that point. So he landed on May 13th and immediately started signing deals. And, so this is New York Post again. And so it's all about pitching the Abraham Accords and getting that done at some point in time. And so he's threatening Iran with maximum pressure. Drive Iranian oil exports to zero. If Tehran doesn't agree to a new nuclear deal, we don't have a lot of time because Tehran wants to nuke people. Okay? And so the doctrine is commerce, but there is some peace involved, ending formal hostilities towards Israel, recognize the Jewish state's sovereignty, things like that. Okay? So he wants to get them thinking about deals instead of thinking about nuking people. It's a brilliant strategy right now. It won't work out long term, but it'll work out short term. Okay, so this is Ruth Shava News again, 7. Speaking at the U.S. Saudi Investment Forum, Trump calls for unity, peace, and regional transformation. Nations must export technology, not terrorism, and sees a new future of peace. This one's interesting because we'll just, basically, we'll get to the light green here. Take your place among the proudest, most prosperous, and most successful nations anywhere in the world. Oh, is he laying it on thick? As leaders of the modern and rising Middle East. So the last paragraph is so funny. Before our eyes, a new generation of leaders is transcending the ancient conflicts and tired divisions of the past, forging a future where the Middle East is defined by commerce, not chaos, and where we export technology, not terrorism, and where people of different nations, religions, and creeds are building cities together, not bombing each other out of existence. That's Trump. This is from Reuters also. And so, yeah, he arrives in Saudi Arabia. Just interesting. It's the commerce plan is the peace plan. Okay. This is all Israel news. Trump urges Syria's president. Like last year, Shara was a bad boy. Okay. He was a terrorist. And this year, he's Trump's best friend. Okay, that doesn't make sense. So this is May 14th, affirmed his commitment to the 1974 disengagement with Israel. You can't trust this guy. He's a terrorist. But MBS said, oh, Donald, be nice to him, They want deals with Syria, too. So we'll see what happens. So Sharar were joined by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Oh, my. He's dealing with some people that are dishonest, but it's just interesting to watch this formulate. This is prophecy, fast prophecy, fast. This is Trump Gaza, Damascus rather. This is him dancing in Damascus amongst the ruins. This is my request to Grok, obviously. Keep in mind that as Trump builds up Damascus will crumble at some point in time. An oracle concerning Damascus, behold, Damascus will cease to be a city and will become a heap of ruins, Isaiah 17:1. So it doesn't matter what occurs, it's going to fall at some point in time. Ahmed al-Sharaa wants to build Trump Tower in Damascus. He was a terrorist just a short time ago, and now he wants Trump Tower and dancing Trump and things like that. This is bizarre. So this is basically global investors eye Syria after Trump sanctions move. So people are going to invest in Syria. It's a mess. It's a horrible place. But you know what? It's going to work for a while here. Okay, maritime transport companies have resumed their trips between Mersin and Tartus after a stoppage lasting over a decade, with 3 trips scheduled to run weekly. I don't know. It's just bizarre to watch this. So that's L24 or Levant. Yeah, Levant 24. So that is Middle East news. So it's just interesting to watch these things occur. This is America Thinker's opinion on this. Out of chaos, a new world order based on commerce, I'm adding, from Alan Pfeffer, May 14th of 2025. Watching President Trump speaking from Saudi Arabia, I almost felt sorry for a moment for our enemies. They must ponder how to stay relevant as the world seemingly metamorphosizes before them, powerless to stop the transformation. Trump with his speeches, and so on the right-hand side now, the bottom line that extends these 3 precepts into here and now is Trump's new dictum, trade makes right. That is Revelation 17 and 18. It is, okay? Peace through strength, through commerce. Keep doing the things that are comfortable and familiar or do something radically different. So he is radically different. God knew this when God put Trump, when he anointed him. It's Meshach, not Mashiach. He's not the Messiah, and he's not the false Messiah. He's not Satan or anything like that. He's just doing the deals that he's always done in his life, okay? So it's just funny to watch it. And so you realize that it won't last. It'll be fun to watch it going up, but it won't be fun on the way down. That's American Thinker. And one more time, get on the peace train as he headed over to Qatar and UAE and sold more peace deals. So 600 billion with MBS in Saudi Arabia, 1.2 trillion in, I believe that was Qatar, okay, and then 1.4 trillion in UAE, okay, just amazing numbers. What a salesperson. And God has given him favor, chesed, which is the name of our church. Okay, Trump's agenda, peace deals, of course. So this is Al Jazeera again. What's next on his agenda? It's just more deals, more locations, more peace, more everything, but it's commerce-based. There's no God being presented here at all. No Yeshua, no God, no nothing that's godly. It's all based on business. Revelation 17 and 18. Trump's the GOAT. There's no doubt about it. He's the best at deals. Whether you look at Trump, Gaza, and laugh or not, he's not hiding anymore. He is the GOAT. Okay? And this is God's plan. So Trump pushes peace while Israel bombs. So it's been interesting to watch Israel doing some bombing and things like that in Hamas areas, a little bit here, a little bit there. Witkoff, Hamas is afraid of Trump, and the truth is they should be. So that's the Jerusalem Post, and that's May 14th. Witkoff made the statements to families of the remaining hostages while speaking about the release of Eden Alexander, the U.S. Little guy from U.S. that was held hostage. Why demilitarized Palestinian state will not work and conflicts with international law. Yeah, this is the Algebra Minor on May 14th. So basically, we've tried to do these peace deals before, and you can't have peace deals with people that hate you that much. So it's just interesting to watch this occur. So Israel they were politely bombing while Trump was over there. Now they're bombing big time. And Trump probably gave them the go-ahead to do that. So it's just interesting to watch those things occur. A little bit more about Israel. Two-state solution. There's this weird thing that France wants to impose the Palestinian state on Israel based on Saudi Arabia and France getting together without Israeli input. And France is weak. Saudi Arabia has some power and pull, but Trump knows that Israel shouldn't be divided. I think he's been told that enough times. He'll probably do it eventually, but not now. Okay? And this is 5/16 of 2025. So it's Israel Hayom, which is it's interesting to watch the two-state get pushed. And it's by the weakest people. Saudi Arabia, which is a weak country, they have cash, but they're weak, backbone-wise. And France, Macron is the weakest of all. So, fresh news there. Trump-Iran peace deal close at hand. That's what he's been preaching all week. And that's May 15th. He's saying it's right on the edge, May 15th again. So Trump said Thursday the United States was getting very close to securing a nuclear deal with Iran, and Tehran sort of agreed to the terms. We're in various serious negotiations with Iran on long-term peace. So it's deal peace, okay? Iran's in big trouble financially. That's Reuters that inked this May 15th. I want you to note that as the peace deal was supposed to be signed in Turkey, there was a 5.0 earthquake very close to Ankara, right down the road. Okay, and so it's Obihiro, Japan. Oh no, where's my 5.0? Oh, there it is, 5.0, Kalu, Turkey. Okay, not far from Ankara. So I don't know if that came from God or just an accident or whatever, but there's Zelensky meeting with the Caliphate leader, which is Erdogan from Turkey, and it's just interesting how Russia really didn't show up. Putin wouldn't show up at all, and Trump said, "I'll show up if everybody shows up." It'll happen, but not right away. It's very interesting to see the earthquake, though. Okay, Ron Paul, Institute for Peace and Prosperity. The U.S. has come full circle from spending 2 decades fighting al-Qaeda to a U.S. president greeting them like one of the leaders, Trump praises young, attractive President Shira'a, founder of al-Qaeda. Only Ron Paul can say that. And he's right. Ron Paul wants us to go back to our boundaries and not have anything to do with the world. The problem is it's prophetic that we will be involved doing commerce worldwide. Okay? And so MBS is buddies with Trump, and you can see him on the left-hand side in the middle. And then Jared Kushner is a buddy too. So let's just be aware that MBS is not a friend of the Palestinians and wants nothing to do with them. He is a friend of Syria because he sees a business reason for that. And there's no reason to be friendly with the Palestinians because they're not business people. They just hate people. Okay? So Trump doctrine is commerce. I've said that the whole way through. Try to disagree with me. Kushner advises Trump team ahead of Gulf visit. It's all business. Kushner is a billionaire. Trump's a billionaire, and they're wheeling and dealing. And it's interesting. So and they troll based on business. So of the hot spots, Trump is cooling them down fast. Okay, and so with Biden running things, the hot spots got worse. With Trump running everything, he could have a weird peace deal coming up. Okay, it's all winning. He pieced Pakistan and India again. Okay, so these are all the hot spots. Well, Trump decimated this. They wanted war and everything like that, and Trump said no. And right now he's winning. Trump brokers Pakistan-India truce. Okay, there you go. So obviously he's not going to get credit for it, but he did it. He did it, and that's Arab news. Then this is, I'm not sure whose article this is, but anyway, it's a Middle Eastern article. I'm arguing that Turkey is a caliphate location and stopping Turkey's expansionism. Well, Trump can't do that. They will want to expand because they're part of the Gog-Magog connection. It'll happen. King Charles is laughable. He's not even involved. Trump is saying, he's being nice to him and saying, I love King Charles. Well, King Charles will not be the Antichrist. Trump will not be the Antichrist. The Antichrist will be very young and handsome and a deal maker. Okay? And he will not. I don't want to say too much. Okay, this is Daily Mail. It's laughable. This is all laughable that King Charles would be involved in these things. But Trump is. He is the deal maker, the peacemaker, and he will bring about those interesting deals. And yes, he has problems. I mean, oh my goodness, Paula White Cane is so bad. But you know what? This is just the way it works out. He'll be judged for this. Okay. What if God is using Trump and his cadre of oddball NAR, which is New Apostolic Reformation prophets, and that is the way I'm stating it in the pink there. Prophet meaning PROFITS, okay, to accomplish many things, including the rise of Israel and the fall of or judgment of America. Trump doctrine equals commerce once again. So Paula White Cane is just a mess of a person. And her theology is so bad, but you know what? This is how you judge a nation. Whoredoms. Okay? I surnamed you, yet you have not known me. That's from Isaiah 45. Okay? Inside Donald Trump's relationship with God, it's difficult, but it is a relationship. In his own words, I was saved. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't matter. This is from Fox News. God did that. I mean, it had to be, he said. Trump doctrine is commerce, and so God did choose him for the commerce aspects because it will push us into the end of days. And so Trump has been weaving his personal faith, not with the Middle East, but into the fabric of his presidency, especially surviving the assassination. So this is interesting. This is from April 13th, and it's just interesting to watch all of these things occur. Trump faces Truth Social backlash after AI video Gaza with topless Netanyahu and bearded belly dancers. Whatever. Okay, so bottom line is Trump's got some issues. But you know what? God's using him to get the deals done. Okay? Trump doctrine, fighting globalists. That is part of his doctrine too. He's smashing them in the face. And so this is from Friday, January 24th. And so he had just been inaugurated. And the first thing that he did was he bashed the World Economic Forum. And Klaus Schwab stepped down and other people have stepped down. And the woke global left starting to crumble. Yes, absolutely. So that's part of his bully pulpit. Fighting globalists. So now let's cite a couple of things that are interesting here. Peace and safety, Emmanuel Macron. Peace and safety, Keir Starmer from UK. Peace and safety, Italy's Giorgia Meloni. Ukraine, Zelensky, the crazy guy. Restore justice and achieve a lasting peace. This is all from Dean Dwyer from Harbinger's Daily. Continuing on, this is Ursula from the EU Commission saying peace and safety. Yeah, that's what she wants, okay? And Australian PM Anthony Albanese, peace and justice and safety. They're all saying it, okay? This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. Austria, peace and safety. Indian Prime Minister, peace, solidarity, service, peace, harmony, things like that. Antonio Costa, European Council. In times of division and uncertainty, his spiritual leadership can help inspire unity, compassion, and peace. Peace and safety, people. He thinks he controls the world. God does. He thinks he's Atlas. There's an Atlas rocket too, but he's not going to bring peace. Or it'll be a temporary peace. It'll be a business peace, okay? Donald Trump acts like he's king of Israel. They love him like he is the second coming of God. But American Jews don't know him or like him. They don't even know what they're doing or saying anymore. It makes no sense. But that's okay. if he keeps on doing what he's doing, he's good for Israel. So this is back in 2019. Trump, I'm the chosen one to confront China on trade, retweets a quote likening him to the second coming of God from CNN. Very interesting. Okay, so now we're getting close to the end of the video. I'm sorry it's going long, but this is from the Rapture guys. So this is very interesting. It was sent to me. Donald Trump is greasing the rails for the fellow we refer to as the Antichrist. Donald Trump is pushing prophecy forward at a lightning speed. He isn't satanic. He's making 1 Thessalonians 5:3 deals like God wants him to accomplish. It's wise to postpone pinning the tail on the AC right now. God could change the AC candidate to another man. Okay, Donald Trump in preparation for the end of the world. My Orthodox Jewish friends concur that Trump is King Cyrus. Donald is preparing peace deal by deal for Israel to restart the offerings and the holy. There are many preparing the way for the beast Antichrist. I would assume that 80% of today's pastors are preparing the way for the beast. So Trump is not the biggest problem right now. It's your pastors that really stink. Okay, there is no satanic trinity mentioned in the Bible, and he thinks Trump is part of the satanic trinity. Donald, like he's possessed. Okay, Donald Trump rider on the white horse. No, he's not. Okay, if you really look at the Greek in Revelation 6:3, you'll see the word allos, another, in the text, and the first and second horsemen are similar in nature based on the word allos. It's just another horse and another horseman. That means they're not specific people or Yeshua HaMashiach. The first horse, the white horse, is not Yeshua, no doubt about it. Trump, he's going to cause inflation. It's going to be worse. But every world leader has caused inflation since 1969, as we switched off from the Bretton Woods and we went into inflationary oil pricing. Okay, based on the dollars based on oil. So he'll try to attempt to fix it, but he'll fail. And that's how the Bible reads. As I watched Trump wheel and deal in the Middle East, I noticed he appeared like the seventh king of Revelation 17. Now, I've been saying this for years, but the main thing is that the deals were handed off to his coterie of 10 big tech robber barons, the 10 horns like kings. So when you see Revelation 17, you'll see the 7 kings, then the 8th, but the 8th is different than the 7. Then you'll see the coterie of the big tech guys, the 10 horns, okay? And you could just see them handing off the deals to them. It reads like Revelation 17, okay? It just does. And Wilkerson and Duduman both said, Mystery Babylon is America. And I base that on the United Nations is in New York City. So once again, Jeremiah 50 and 51, Revelation 17 and 18, show me another nation that places their kings' heads on mountains. That is the descriptor of Revelation 17. There's no Bible truth in interpreting Revelation. We're all working through biases and conjectures. Deal with it. You can't say that you're a Bible truther when you're quoting Revelation, when you're, giving your thoughts on it. It's not truth. It's opinions. Okay, so real close to the end, Trump is globetrotting and adding to the Abraham Accords. That's what God wants him to do. How many is Gavor? Gavor is the word there. It's Yik, Vor. Oh, I can't remember what it was in the text. I'm sorry. But anyway, that has to do with increasing and adding more nations in. And they have to be powerful nations. So it's going to occur, but we don't know when that'll be. And right now, he's had some setbacks this week where he moved forward on business deals, but not on Abraham Accord deals. So we'll just wait until the fall. Our magnetosphere is thinning precipitously. Its depletion is increasing physical and mental diseases. That's Isaiah 24:18. How far away is the galactic magnetic current dust sheet? Okay, so that's Revelation 6:12 through 17. It's also part of the fourth trumpet and the fourth bowl. So just get ready for those things. There's going to be some dust coming through, and it'll stick to the sun and then blast off, and we'll be blasted. The projected pole flip, Isaiah 24:18 again, is due by 2040 or earlier, and the signs of it are fast. I'm going out tonight looking for auroras. Wish me fun. So Temple Mount desires, rumors, and negotiations are increasing. Yep, everybody's talking about the Temple Mount and the red heifer. AI, the mark of the beast, and computing will not need humanity by 2032 to 2035. Yeah, we won't be needed at all. That's frightening. Western civilizations are collapsing. Belgium and France and Great Britain could fall within a decade. Messianics and Sabbath keepers are increasing. Quietly, but we are increasing. The Satanists and the Nar Christian witches have heightened fervor to conjure opening portals for extra dimensional beings into existence, and that's going to occur dramatically after June 11th of 2025. That's Revelation 9 and 12. False prophets are increasing, so you can see my little Aleister Crowley down on the bottom there. That's June 11th date, and it's right betwixt the blood moon eclipses. Okay, new puppet, Leo, Bob. Actually, it's Bob from Chicago, and he's controlled by the puppeteer, which is Pietro Perlin, who is Peter the Roman. Okay, he's been in charge since 2013. So first of all, I'm sorry, economic uncertainties, you know about that, increasing wars and rumors of wars. But then the Peter the Roman prophecy is still working, guys. And I ran this by the Skywatch TV guys, Derek Gilbert, Josh Peck's wife, and they agree with me now. They've heard it enough times and they realize, okay, yeah, you're right. Peter the Roman ran the Papacy, the Vatican, the whole way through since 2013. Pietro Perlin. Okay. I'd expect Rome to be destroyed if the Chinese. Oh, this is from. I want you to. Well, you know what? I'm going to give you the Peter the Roman quote one more time. That's the top paragraph here. Peter the Roman, who will pasture his sheep in many tribulations, and when these things are finished, the city of 7 hills, i.e., Rome, will be destroyed, and the dreadful judge will judge his people. The end. That's the prophecy. So I'm saying Peter the Roman is the guy running the church right now. Pietro. I expect Rome to be destroyed if the Chinese are going to advance all the way to the gates of Paris. That's a prophecy from Dumitru Duduman. That will be quite a war between Russia and Europe versus China and Japan, which will take out, I think, it's half of the world's population. When you look at the plagues, 1/3 die of a fire, i.e. nuclear war, and 1/4 die of the plagues, which is probably the nuclear fallout from that war. This is my friend Don that gives me notes all the time and reminds me, stay with Duduman and Wilkerson because they are accurate overall. They just are. They weren't good at setting dates because they didn't. But they were good at the prophecy, getting it right from God, and just shutting up when you don't have a word to speak. So, what's coming up on your schedule? Ascension Day, May 29th. According to how I reconcile the calendars, Ascension Day, the 40th day, is coming up Thursday, May 29th. Join us on Prophecy Roundtable. Gadi Heyer will be joining us. We'll be talking about God's Spirit because that's really leading up to Shavuot, the 50th day. That'll be June 8th on Sunday. So it'll be very interesting to watch things occur in June. That's going to be a big month. I'm sorry that it's so disgusting, but that's how AI pictured, the tongues of fire. It looks disgusting, but it's funny. Okay, so where are we at? We're in the birth pangs. I truly believe that we could hit the 6th seal this year. It could occur. The tribulation would occur after that. The Great Tribulation will occur after that. I think we're going to be going uphill with business deals, but at the midpoint, that's when things definitely break down. So Trump steals in the meantime. That's what you should be watching for. You need clean garments. You have to have garments. You can't be naked. You have to get married on a Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, or Sukkot of a future year. Work on it. It's a wedding. Get excited about that. Get excited about the wedding. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all of this time. This was a long video. God bless you. Be blessed. Bye-bye.